Halo, Sacred Icon Halo listeners. This is Brian's Bane coming at you from Installation 05, and today the conversation is, what could be revealed on the 23rd that would really pop off and get us just through the roof excited, make us scream? And on the other hand, what's something that could just upset us as a community? Like, what's something, like, what would our reactions be if something really negative came out of the show? Josh and I get into discussion ahead.
Okay, man, let me ask you this. What's one thing in this? What's one thing in this they can show and do that's going to make you pop? Like, make you really get lit up?
Well,
it doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes. What's it going to take? What's it going to take to really make you go from, like, I'm stoked for Infinite to, woo, baby! You know, like, man, I'm pumped.
That's hard, because, like, I know the last time I can remember literally doing what you just did, going, woo, I'm pumped, damn, I can't wait, was when they announced MCC, and they showed off, you know, you're going to be able to play all the
exactly as it shipped 10 years ago.
Yeah, Dan Ayub. that was me like, holy shit. You know, when Halo 5 was showing off, I was like, that looked good, and, you know, I like that, but I wasn't, like, getting hyped.
MCC was like a poop your pants moment.
Oh, MCC was like my dreams plus more came true. Like, it's just like for MCC, like before it was, you know, when it came out broken and whatnot, but like when MCC was announced, it was like, this is better than my dream. Creighton, my brother Creighton and I were huge fans of Crash Team Racing. The Crash Team Racing got a reboot, or a remaster last year, and it was literally better than our dreams. What we wanted was a fully HD updated version of CTR with online multiplayer. They did that, but they included new tracks, new racers, new skins. I mean, they just went. It was better than our dreams. So I could think of MCC.
We'll play that at your bachelor party if you call it that. But like,
yeah,
it was really cool.
Bachelor party, and then I spent most of my honeymoon with my wife playing CTR. It was awesome. We drove to Florida and then we played CTR. But yeah, so for Infinite, here's the thing. They've already revealed a lot of what's the stuff that gets me hyped. That old art style, being on a Halo ring. You know, Cortana's not going to get me excited unless they've given me a proper story arc to make sense for her being back, which they can't do in a showing. So, I guess what would really get me going is just seeing that. I want to feel like. I want to feel like I'm back in. Now, the way I'm going to word this, it's going to make it sound like I'm a Bungie purist or something. I'm not. I love 343. I love Halo 4. I love so much. But even with Halo 4, it didn't really feel like it was a Bungie game. I mean, I've never said that.
Sure.
It was a great game that I loved.
Which doesn't make it bad.
Yeah,
like
it was a great game I loved that I never, you know, I didn't even want them to change anything about Halo 4. I just loved it when it came out. But you know, for if they show us gameplay of me on a Halo ring with Marines running around yelling funny stuff like, "Hey man, watch out! I'm trying to drive here," you know, and like, you know, they show like a Marine buddy hopping your turret, and he's like, you know, "Woogity boogie, let's go racing, chief," or something like that, and then you see like a brute like by a waterfall taking a piss. And because, well, there's a brute.
That did happen in Halo 3,
yeah, there's
right?
a brute pissing.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, if you see like a grunt like walk by the brute, and the brute's like, "Don't you have anything better to do than walk around all day?" And then the grunt's like, you know, "I'm just waiting for food nipple." Like it, you know, it's just a combination of like, you're on this green lush Halo ring. There's Marines yelling dialogue.
Ryan, do you miss that charm?
There's this funny Covenant, and you know, there's this, and then they give some little zinger at the end where they're like, "Oh, here's mystery," and it's actually really interesting. And you know, just a combination. If I get those fuzzy like feels like, oh man, I'm back in the Halo Legacy days. I'm back in the prime. That's probably what'll get me going. Woo! Holy shit, Josh. We got a podcast for 6 hours.
Yeah. So that gets me hyped thinking about that, because I'm pretty much in the same boat. I want to get a little taste of some charm in there. I don't want
just picture like driving through like an alcove, and you've got like two Marines, like one's in the passenger seat and one's in the back, and the one in the passenger seat's like, "Man, I hope we can get off this ring soon so I can get back to my wife." And then the guy in the turret's like, "That's the exact reason I want to stay here." You know, like something funny like that. You look at that.
No, yeah.
Like, this shit's so cool.
I know. I was gonna say, like, I don't want I don't want what's there to necessarily take itself too seriously. Like, I thought Halo 5's did a good job of that when we saw the grunt running and saying, I regret everything.
You know one thing from Halo 5 I really loved that nobody comments. I'm probably the only person who liked it, but I really got a kick out of the whole, like, Locke saving Buck. And then he saves him a second time, and he's like, that's twice. He's like, oh, we're counting now? Like, I thought that was funny. I kind of thought that was cutesy, but it must not be very good because no one talks about it. I also, for the record, guys, I also liked when Chief and Locke fought, which everyone hates, so screw me.
I liked the idea. I didn't like the execution personally. But hey, that's awesome that you like it, though. I know there's going to be other people who chime in after listening to this, and they're like, I'm with you, Brian. So,
there'll be somebody who's like, you thought that was cool, them fighting? I guess you like old men fighting. Like, huh.
But yeah, I just don't. I would like to see some stuff in there that isn't gonna take not gonna take itself too seriously, because I feel like 4 and 5 have done that, and I like that. I look back on. I didn't like it at first, but after I was able to just stop comparing it to Bungie and take it as it was, I thought this is good. Mm-hmm. This is something I did want at one point, and I realized, yeah, I do really want.
I want the pilot to be a fully developed character. Because
that's what I'm saying.
From the trailer, I love him. Everybody loves him.
I was gonna say that the trailer was incredibly emotional, and we know that the Banished are gonna be in it and stuff like that. Like, and then at the end of that recent Oni Archives video that was posted the other day on YouTube, it had a little bit of a conversation tease at the end, which may play in Infinite, may not. It seems like it could possibly be hinting at the Banished. I don't know, but my point is that even seems serious. Like, please don't take, like, whatever you're going to use to show. I'm sure there's a good mix of seriousness and a good mix of lightheartedness. Please find a way to show both, because that's going to set the impression.
I mean, I get the humor a little bit from the pilot in the trailer, where he.
Oh, definitely. I'm just. Yeah. No.
We're going home. That was.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I love that. Reminded me of Oscar Isaac, which is why I call him Oscar Meyer.
If they ever do a Halo movie and they need someone to play the pilot, get Oscar Isaac.
Oh my God, yes. Anyone else is just the wrong choice.
Put him in a suit.
But yeah, but no, I'm with you. But okay, let me ask you this now, Brian. What if we as a community, I'm not just talking about Sacred Icon, but I'm talking about Halo. What if we see something in there we absolutely hate? I think what's going to happen, and this is my expectation. I'm not saying I think it's gonna happen. I'm saying well, let me rephrase that. I'm prepared in case this does happen. I think there's potential for one thing to really blow people away, and one thing to really get people talking because they don't know if they like it or it really bothers them. What if we don't, as a community? What if there's something in there we really struggle with accepting?
Well, I'll approach it. I'll answer your question. I'll go two different ways. Yeah. The first way is the normal way. The thing that I could see this. I feel like you're gonna laugh. I feel like you're gonna laugh at this, Josh, because you're gonna think but I'm just being serious. Like the thing that would deflate my interest and excitement the most is if we saw any Prometheans at all. I'm not doing. And like I told you guys, I love 4. I really have come to like 5 a lot. Prometheans being in this game is not a no deal breaker for me, because I already like 4 and 5 that have Prometheans. But for me, they are the biggest glaring consistent issue with the last 2 games. I don't care for their character, the lack thereof, I should say. I don't care for their design. I've said that they're fun to fight. I believe that. I believe they're well designed to fight, but they're just so uninteresting to the narrative. Just everything about them is. I don't even like the concept of how they're created. The lore behind them is that, different beings have been, humans have been composed through this device to make these digitized. I don't like it at all. That would be the biggest deflation for me, is if I see any Prometheans.
Well, I know I kind of said this for myself earlier, but I don't think I asked you. But if they're in the game, you think they're going to keep that close to the chest?
If they're in the game, I don't think it'd be smart to keep it close to the chest, because, I think it'd be better to let the cat out. Because if they're in the game, they've probably been redesigned again to some way, so maybe they're better. But I think it'd be better to let the cat out of the bag early than to go. The days people started like, oh, I get to fight Prometheans for 4 or 5 missions.
Okay. What about the Flood?
I would love the Flood.
Okay, but would you rather they keep that close to the chest?
Yeah, I'd rather.
Or do you, if they were to show that, if they were gonna show that, I feel like if it's on a Halo ring, it's a safe assumption.
I think here's what I would like for the Flood. Now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna answer the Flood thing. I'm gonna go back to the question real quick. Here's what I would love for the Flood. I would like the whole game to have its own conflict without the Flood, and then literally at like the tail end of the last mission, the Flood are released, and you have like this crazy campaign mission where there's Flood coming from everywhere, and it's hectic.
Survive.
It's hectic as all heck, and then the game ends with you not knowing how they're gonna pull through. Like, that could be a cool way to go through. Or they could save the Flood for a later game. But anyways, back to the question beforehand. Now, the thing that would really deflate my hype the most is the Prometheans. Now, if the Prometheans are in there, heck, if the Prometheans straight up as they last appeared in the last game are there in whole, I am still not going to be bitter, and I'm not going to be angry. And you guys can hold that to me, because you're going to be hearing the podcast episode right after we watch it. I'm not going to be really upset and angry and everything like that. I'm just going to go, you know what? I didn't really want that, but hey, let's look at the positives. Let's move forward. What did I like about this? Maybe I can come to really like the Prometheans in this game. So, like we've talked about several times in prior episodes, managing those expectations and realizing that Halo is not made specifically for me or specifically for Sacred Icon Halo or Josh or whatever, and just being. I'm really, I'm really excited for the developers. I'm really excited for the team at 343. I think they've been dragged through the mud so many times, and I think they've worked their butts off on Halo Infinite and haven't been able to show it. I'm excited for them, and I'm going to be celebrating what they've done after Infinite's revealed, regardless of whether or not I like it. Well, guys, there's a lot to unpack there. We would love to hear what you would like to see, what would really pop off for you, and what would really be something that leaves a bad taste in your mouth. What's something that you would come away from the show disappointed? Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Like and subscribe. Let us know if you guys like this content. It's something we're new to. We're going to keep it going and just see if this is something that the community likes. So all feedback is appreciated. You guys have a good one. Keep it sacred.